I want to talk a moment about deliverance as a leader. We've got all different kinds of leaders who've been delivered from things with God's grace, and we don't celebrate that enough. We also don't call out these leaders who are doing these things that need to be delivered from. While they're sitting here talking about living righteously and doing things right for the sake of our community, they're sitting there with a drink in their hand or with their side piece at the hotel, whoremongering, uh, or or holding a tobacco stick in their hands, while they're telling you that they're leaders when there are things that they themselves need to face in reality. I'm not perfect. I take responsibility for my actions. I don't have a problem with receiving uh, honest, truthful, genuine criticism, which is exactly my point. I'm watching all these people out here who are claiming to fight for the First and Second Amendment and the rest of the Constitution, yet they try to hide behind it and the things that they know they need themselves to be delivered from that they know are not right as people who want to be leaders. Well, here's my advice to you. In order to be a truthful leader, you have to have overcome some things and show people that you have the strength and courage to separate yourself from the crowd and not doing the things that everybody else does. And one of those things is alcohol. For people to claim that they are so righteous and with a beer or a glass of wine in their hand is really a show of how low our standards have gone and what we need to do to correct things within our system, especially where what people who are trying to be leaders consider themselves leading people into. It's not just alcohol; it's tobacco, anything else that is addictive, even food. And for those of you who aren't getting the understanding, it says in the Bible that you're not supposed to preach and lead in drunkardness or anything excessively. Anything that you do excessively is something that you're drunk in. And again, I'm not innocent. I have things that I overdo, such as coffee. I'm delivered from tobacco. I don't haven't had a cigarette since August 1st, 2017. I've never been somebody who likes to drink, so I have to reach out within myself to find the things that I need to be delivered from. But I'm not innocent. I'm not perfect. And that's my purpose, is that all of us have things that we need to work on. But when you're standing up in front of groups of people, especially when there are students, including the college students, with a beer or a glass of wine in your hand, hollering, "You're such a wonderful leader," while you're half drunk with your second or third side piece of the week wrapped around you, pretending that what you're doing is okay, when you're leading your students and the people that are on looking into this type of behavior while you're claiming it's so bad to do that, makes you a hypocrite. It also makes you somebody who needs to do some self reflecting and stop and think about what you're doing with yourself. I had to do that. I was in that position at one point, and in my own self reflection, saw that what I was doing was wrong. So I feel it necessary to tell people who are trying to call themselves leaders, this is where you're messing up, and this is why people aren't taking you seriously as a leader. Put away the alcohol, get rid of the tobacco, and stop the whoremongering. Maybe you'll have some real success. God is not going to allow you to use Him to promote your cause while you're doing things that are so sinful. He's going to wait until you're delivered from these things before He allows you to succeed with God's love. God bless America. Have a blessed day, and back the badge.